Now, as we close up, Katindi in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what would you like to? That's your camera. As you look at Katindi in the future, the young Katindi and other young Katindis, what would you like to say?
First of all, I think when you're getting out of school, you're too worried. I don't know whether I mentioned in this episode or was it the last one, that I in my campus life, I was there was no play. I would play more because it's never that serious. I mean, knowing what I have known, I mean, I don't regret, but I feel like sometimes we take it too seriously and we forget. We are busy achieving milestones, and those are important. But if there is balance, it's important.
Right.
I would play more. In campus, I would do more. In Belgium, I would definitely travel more. I would learn my French. More, because I think that's an opportunity I missed, because I would be easily working in Francophone countries as well. So I would learn more and, take more opportunities in that regard. One of the things, I am very deliberate about mentorship, partly because of the grace that was given to me at that point in my life. And I mean, some of the challenges I mentioned I went through, I'm like, nobody has to go through this. If someone can just say one thing that can make a difference. And so I take mentorship seriously.
Right.
And I am proud to say that I have been able to work with a few people that have done really well in their lives. And I'm glad, I'm grateful. Grateful they say that whatever small, I'm not the only one, but the small input I did has made a contribution to them not having to pass through the hurdles I did. So I feel like in this development world, we need to handhold each other and help others cross over a bit more.
Right.
One of the things that somebody gave me, one of the mentees gave me feedback. We have never discussed a formal mentorship relationship, but she said she wishes that women that have been in this space a little longer than she has, because she started an organization, could document their stories. Like, how do you manage male-female relationships in this space? Because it can get complex. How do you go through it unscathed? And she said she wishes there was somewhere she could go and get that knowledge from. I guess I'm calling her after this to say, watch Development Dynamics. You might get one or two things there from all the people that you have interviewed. But I feel like, and sometimes, I mean, you're just going through life, really. You're not thinking that this might be helpful to other people. With all that there is to do, I'm not sure if I can commit to documenting, but I'm grateful to people like you that are saying, let's hear your stories in the development world. I also hope someone else can come up and say, let's write your stories, and you do the talking. It's easier to talk than to put it on paper and pen.
Or someone can come and say, hey, now that you've spoken, let's take this and transcribe. And then
if they feel, if people feel there's value,
there is a lot of value, to you. There is a lot of value in the story.
So those are the things. The other thing I think I must mention is I am just imploring younger people not to not to peg your life on someone to hand it down to you. Go out and work. I just, there's a lot of I did mention this issue with separation. Part of being able to, I'm now a mother of girls. I'm not advocating for divorce, but stuff happens. What do you do? And I'm finding that women need to empower themselves and men, so that you're able to navigate some of these challenges when they come, and in a way that is not disempowering to yourself and to other people, but in a sense it pulls you up and helps somebody else who with similar challenges to navigate that space. So I'm big on men. People need to work. I found out that a lot of people want the money, but very few people. Just mentioned, I was watching one of these TikTok videos and somebody said, we complain about unemployment, and he said in Kiswahili, Kenya kuna kazi. The issue is getting paid for workers. And I can comfortably say I've worked with people, but usually people, you give people work, they'll be very quick to demand for pay. But they're not asking.
They are not asking
to give your best. So that's the point I make.
Yeah, fantastic. If there are 2 or 3 other people in the other leaders and practitioners in the development field who must sit on this seat, who would that be?
I'd pick my former colleagues. I think they have a very interesting stories to pick. CS Betty Minor. If you get a chance with her, oh my goodness, that woman is a powerhouse. She is a worker, and she's done very well. In the places that she's worked, it's been a track record. I think there's a lot there to learn from fellow women. Angela, my former supervisor.
Right.
She's a wonderful woman. And I'm not just advocating for women. I'd like you to speak to a young man called Vincent Kimosop.
Vincent Kimosop.
Kimosop, yes. Kimosop is, I went to speak to them when they were in campus. I was barely, I think still an intern or just after as a PA. And I was presenting this work, and he came to me and said, please give me your card. And when he finished school, he came and looked for me. And when he did, he says that that project had a lot of impact. And I worked with him as an intern in IEA. And after that, he went on to become a CEO of an organization, did absolutely well. We're consulting together with him. But I have seen him grow, and I think he has perhaps very interesting stories to tell based on his background and also based on what some of the learnings he has had. I have several. I have so many people. I could give you a list after this, but there are many people that have done well for themselves.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I would love to hear those. But thank you so much for your time on the second round.
Thank you.
Goodness, I think you are what? You've broken records, because on DDwithMaqC, no one will do 12 hours. You've done 12 hours or more. So you have spent literally, this has been my day and my night with you. So thank you, Dr. Katindi CV. Absolutely a pleasure. Your story continues to be inspiring. It will continue to inspire many. This has been Development Dynamics with MaqC, featuring Dr. Katindi.